Hello, everybody, and we welcome you to this edition of News You Can Use. I'm your host, Thera Martin, and you'll notice, I've got on my Eagles shirt today. We are celebrating the Philadelphia Eagles and wishing them all the best during this season. We want to see them take it all the way to the top. Bring home the big prize for us. Why don't you? Philadelphia Eagles. And so go Eagles. As I morph into a cheerleader for the Philadelphia Eagles, we're just praying for you guys. We are wishing you all the best. And so far, so good. They've won 7 games, their last 7 games. So celebratory on this edition of News You Can Use. Now today on the program, we're going to shine the spotlight on a wonderful institution in the heart of North Philadelphia at 1901 West Girard Avenue. You know what's there? Well, if you don't, stay tuned. You'll find out in just a moment. Stay with us. Hello, everybody. Here we go, ready to start this program. If you're checking out the show and you just turned your television on, you turned it on right in time. Hello, I'm Thera Martin, and I'm the host of this program. It's called News You Can Use, and this is some news you can use today. We're going to talk about the Philadelphia Technician Training Institute. It sits on the corner of 1901 West Girard Avenue, and for many years it was known as something else. We'll get into some of that history, but I am glad to introduce to some and to present to others Mr. Sherman McLeod. He is the president and CEO. Thank you for being here, sir.
Great being here with you.
It is my pleasure to have you. And also Leon Christian, Director of Admissions, the man that'll get us in.
All right. Thank you very much.
And good to have you also.
Thank you very much.
I was thrilled. One day, I don't remember, I guess it was about 3 years ago, I'm going through the Philadelphia Tribune. Gotta have it all the time. Gotta have my Tribune. And there was a big article with a big picture. You were in the picture.
That's right.
And it was, this brother has bought the old Berean, the historic Berean Institute. And I just started jumping for joy.
Oh, wow.
Right there in my office, because I'm one of the people in Philly, and I know that there's many others, who cared about that historic institution.
Yes, they did.
And I was praying and wishing for the best for Berean Institute. I didn't want to see it disappear. I wanted to see it stay in the hands of African Americans, to be honest, because it's a landmark.
Well, that's what we did.
It's a landmark.
Thera, let me just tell you.
That's what you did.
It's been an enjoyable experience. You know, I was a kid that I came to that facility. I can't tell you how many years ago. But as it turned out, going back there to buy the facility from the state, it was the first time it had come out of conservatorship with the state of Pennsylvania. And they offered it to buy the building, knowing our business plan was to get as many inner city in deep poverty out of poverty and into the middle class. And so our programs are designed that way, and we want everybody to spread the word out there about what Philadelphia Technician Training Institute is doing at the Berean Institute building. Some of the things that happened during the 10 years now we've been in operation. And we started up at Ogonson, Washington Lane, where I own a business there. But the facility just got too small, and we needed to expand. So we looked around and found out that this facility was available. And as it turned out, the state was just delighted to sell it to us. And so they had to pass a Act 100 in the capital of Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg, to be able to sell the building to us. And when they did, they offered for us to buy it, and it was for $2.2 million. And my business partner and I said, why not?
I never knew a millionaire before. Can I just run through things like, wow, I can do that again.
I wish.
A millionaire up in here.
I wish. Actually, we had worked very diligently to come up with that down payment. And the down payment came from the efforts of the school and our own businesses in order to come up with the money. My business partner, Donald Jackson, we really scuffled.
But when you have a vision, you have a plan, and you believe, it can happen.
It can happen, and it did. Yes, it did. And one of the things that we just look at is how to do things that are practical. Things in 6 months, our students get through a welding program, or advanced manufacturing, which is an electrician basically at a higher level, right underneath the engineer. I'm an engineer, I'm a Drexel graduate, 1982. and we have an automotive program. And with that, the students come in and they get a lot of good hands-on experiences to be able to go out there and qualify for jobs in just 6 months. So we want the listening audience to really spread the word out there. Get the word out, because it's a word to be told, and the spirit of the place is just phenomenal. We started out with just 2 employees, my business partner and I, and now we have 52.
Beautiful.
And we make a point of hiring everybody off the unemployment line so that we get as many people employed as possible.
Yes.
And our graduation rate is phenomenal. We graduate like 90% of our students, and over 85% of those get really good, well-paying jobs. I just got back from Wisconsin. I took a trip out there, a business out there. They called me on the phone, and they wanted me to come out there right away. And one of the things they said is that you guys can graduate people like this. If you come here, we're coming to your facility. And they hired 10 of our graduates. They're hiring another 35 over the course of this year.
Who are from Philadelphia,
From
who are going to
Philadelphia.
go out to Wisconsin.
That's right, that's
now,
right.
was this in Milwaukee? Was this in Madison? Was
It's
this...
in Milwaukee.
Now, see, because I am a graduate of Marquette University.
Okay, very
in
good.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so Philly is home, but I mean, I lived and worked out in Milwaukee for 4 years while I was a student there, and cut my teeth in radio broadcasting at WNOV. I worked at the black-owned newspaper out there, the Milwaukee Courier newspaper.
Get out of here.
I know Milwaukee a little bit, and it's very cold.
Yes, yes, it is.
Very cold.
That's right.
Much different than Philadelphia. Makes Philadelphia feel like Florida.
That's right.
I never saw that much snow in my life till I went out there.
Right.
But some great experiences indeed. And Milwaukee is a city that I could see where they could definitely use, and they need an entity like your school.
That's right, because we can anticipate, we have graduates that are coming out every month. We start a cohort every month, and so we can anticipate employers' hiring patterns that helps build the communities up. And you know, our objective is to get 30,000 people into the job market from the inner city by year 2030.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And so we can set our own objectives now.
Now, this is where things get a little sticky in my conversation. I'm a college graduate, you're a college graduate, you're a college graduate. And I love college. It was the best experience, one of the best experiences of my life. I promote that for my granddaughter and my other grandchildren. I want to see them go to college. But at the same time, I understand that college is not necessarily for everyone.
No, it's not.
Now, over the summer of 2017, the Allegheny West Foundation that I work for in my other life, in my full-time life, a nonprofit, North Philadelphia, we had 300 young people just over the summer in the summer youth job program. And some of those young people who we couldn't place in jobs because we ran out of locations, we ended up putting them in the summer service learning project.
Okay.
And so I had some young people that I had to work with all summer, 30 of them that were my particular responsibility, and a couple of them, they had no interest in going to college, and they're smart as a whip, and I could tell they were so smart. And I encouraged them that, you know, that's okay if you don't want to go to college. Don't put your head down. Hold your head up high.
Absolutely.
There's still, you can make more money than some of the folks who are probably going to go to college.
Well, let me just tell you about that. Thera, you'd be happy to hear that the graduates of our school come out making anywhere between $16 to $25 an hour, more in the upper band.
Yes.
And they come out, they can become entrepreneurs, they can do things in their communities, they can put railings up, for example, and one railing, which is a very economical price, they may make $220 cash money. That's a pretty phenomenal.
For a railing.
Just one railing. They can make that kind of money in 3 hours. Somebody who's needs some work on their car. You know,
Tell me about it. They can make some money on those cars.
That's right.
If you have the gift of knowing how to repair cars and or get the training, the proper training to do it the right way, sky's the limit.
And the thing is,
every time I go to the car repairman, it's $2,500. They tell me I kill engines or something.
Right.
That's not true.
Well, we have our graduates go over to Pep Boys. Pep Boys hires our graduates at $25.50 an hour. Isn't that pretty phenomenal? In just 6 months.
Yes.
Dealerships will hire them. Acura, Honda, Ford, General Motors. I mean, they just can't get enough of our graduates. We can't even produce enough of our graduates for them because they know they have been trained and educated to make sure that they do the highest possible quality at the lowest possible cost and quickly. That runs, those three things run businesses.
Okay. So is it very expensive for one to go to the Philadelphia Technician Training Institute?
No, it's not expensive at all. That's one of the best things. See, we have reverse engineered the whole process. And in my engineering experiences, I've always been taught and trained that you have to be able to do things faster, cheaper, and better. So the education is less than $15,000. It's like $14,008. The time frame is 6 months, and you get a high quality education to go out there with a polished resume, knowing how to speak the language, knowing what quality and profits are, knowing how to be timely in your business, knowing how to be there on time. All those things come into play where you can go back into your community and buy houses that were gentrified, regentrified, regentrification.
Right.
And so this is what it's all about to us, you know, getting people out of deep poverty, being able to go Philadelphia is still the highest in deep poverty of all the cities in the nation.
Right, it is.
That's phenomenal. Having over almost 300,000 people in deep poverty, that's a lot of people.
We've got to change that story.
Yes, and we're working to make sure that gets changed. And I can tell you we're licensed and accredited. We're accredited by the same organization as accredits Drexel, MIT, Harvard, Yale. So it's the Middle States organization. We're licensed by the Pennsylvania Department of Education of colleges and schools. And we're funded by the federal government through grants and loans and the state tip grants. So people can get as much more grants that they don't have to pay back. So they leave our school with only a payment of about $7,000 over a period of 10 years. That's a phenomenal cost ratio benefit. And we're really proud of that.
Okay, so you can apply for grants?
Yes, yes. And the average person comes out with grants of about 9,000 plus, somewhere in that neighborhood, depending on what you qualify for.
So do you have to have good credit as you're applying for the grants?
No, as long as you don't have any other student loan debt, you don't have to worry about your credit score.
Now, if you do have other student loan debt, but you really desire to learn and take the courses that are offered at the Philadelphia Technician Training Institute, do you have counselors on hand to help sort of talk?
And that's what Leon does.
We actually have a tuition planner that will sit down with each student on an individual basis to customize a tuition plan that works best for them. So we take the time. They don't have to navigate through all of the paperwork on their own. We have tuition planners that will sit down and allocate as much time necessary to help that student come up with the funding mechanism for their tuition.
Okay, hold that thought. What we're going to do is take a quick break. We'll come back and we're going to talk more about the admissions process, what people should expect. Should they bring any specific documents with them that first time that they come and meet with your counselors? All that and more as we continue with this edition of News You Can Use in just a moment. Don't go away.
Action. You may think a guy would be producing this, but I can too. Anyone can find a cure.
Women are being downgraded for their physical ability, but you can be just as strong.
%20 of women are engineers, but it doesn't stop there.
I'm a tech girl. I'm a tech girl.
I am a tech girl.
I am a tech girl.
Hey, did you hear what happened to Derek this weekend?
Yeah, I can't believe his friends just left them there. Did they not see how sick he was?
I guess they didn't want to get in trouble for like underage drinking, and like they probably thought they would get like arrested or something, but still.
Well, there is this thing called the Medical Amnesty Act.
I've never heard of that. What is that?
Well, basically, if your friend is drinking underage, you can help them out without getting in trouble if they need medical attention.
Oh, so it makes people more willing to help people who might have alcohol poisoning and not worry about getting in trouble.
And it can save so many lives.
Yeah, definitely.
The Center for Disease Control reports that on average, alcohol is a factor in over 4,358 deaths in young people under 21. This number can be greatly reduced with responsibility, the Medical Amnesty Act, and the understanding that helping a friend is the most important thing.
And we are back as we continue talking about the Philadelphia Technician Training Institute. They got it going on over there in 1901 West Girard Avenue, just a step away from the Guardian Civic League offices, down in the 1500 block of West Girard Avenue. A lot going on. A historic building has a historic marker out in front of it, and you saved the day when you purchased the building, you and your partner.
Yes, we did. We have been having a delightful experience over there. I can tell you, Thera. One of the things that's so gratifying is to see people coming in with their families when they sign up, while they're there, to be able to say, this is why I'm here, to take care of my children, take care of my wife and family. And young guys are coming right out of high school. Just to see all that happening right before our eyes. This thing has really exceeded our expectations.
Wow, well, that's
it's just off the chain. It's off the hook.
Music to hear.
Yes.
So now, Mr. Admissions Director.
Yes.
Let's talk about who you're looking for, the target age group. Is there a target age group? Can you be a high school student and sign up over there? That kind of information.
Well, I'm glad you asked. The starting age group is 17 and a half on up. We do require that the individual possess a high school diploma or a GED. There's no age limit. We don't have a cap. If you want to learn, if you have a strong interest about changing your life, are you motivated about doing what you need to do, and you're willing to put forth the effort that's required to be a successful student, graduate that we can place in a career, give us a call. This is where you should come. I mean, we've been doing great things in the community, helping young people get off the corners. You know, helping high school graduates, helping high school graduates that, you know, their parents may want them to go to a four-year university, but they understand that then it's not a good fit for them right now. So they take the approach of getting this 6 months of training, only 6 months, and they still have the option of pursuing a four-year degree. At least they have a means of paying for it now. Okay, they're not going to be strapped down with debt. So, I mean, we work in the community to help bring awareness, to let people know that we're here to help them, and we deal with each individual that contact our school with dignity and respect. We don't marginalize anyone, and I think that's the key point. We listen. We acknowledge what their concerns are. We explore. We want to learn more, and then we respond with a conclusion, how we can help them. And I think that's really important.
And so what should a interested party that wants to come and be a part of your school, anything in particular they should bring with them when they come? High school documentation?
We want to make it easy. So you're coming in for an interview and a tour. The interview is just getting to learn about the school, what we have to offer, to find out about our career opportunities, our job placement. For them to even have an opportunity to just visit the school, sit in the classroom, learn what we have, talk to some current students, talk to our instructors, talk to Mr. Sherman. He's there, he makes himself available to each and every student that visits the school. We're not hiding, we want to talk to these guys. We want them to know that we're here for them. They don't have to bring anything. Just come in with your questions, bring your family members, bring a friend, and then we'll take care of all the rest from that point.
That's right.
Okay. Sounds like it's
The
not
process
so tough.
is no, the process is easy.
Okay, so
easy.
now let me ask the question. Do you get a lot of young ladies?
Yes, we do.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you
Yes.
do? I was going to think, oh, maybe
Yes,
one
we
or
do.
two.
No, about 15%
Really?
of our
That's
student
good.
population are women.
Okay.
And that's a growing population. By the way, they're quick learners. You probably know that already. They learn much faster than the guys.
Okay.
And then we hire some of our students to become teachers' assistants. And a lot of the women become teachers' assistants because they've learned the skills and they're willing to transfer it over. We have a lot of new technology that we're using to educate our students. We even invented our own virtual reality workbenches. And so a person could start off in a virtual reality world and then go into the real world, where over 80% of the work that they do is with hands-on real-world education. And a lot of equipment. We've outfitted this operation with over $2.5 million worth of heavy equipment inside. And we have to use that heavy equipment in order to make sure that that translates over to the technology that's now, the technology that has to be used where maybe some employers don't even have it.
Yes.
So our students go out there and teach them about the new technologies, the higher productivity, et cetera, so that those employers can stay gainful out there. We've raised the bar so high there that it's companies, our standards are here and their standards are here. So it's an easy takedown when they're out there getting a job.
So again, there's two main areas of study.
Yes.
When you come there.
Actually, three.
Three. It's automotive.
Industrial electrician, education through advanced manufacturing, and then there's automotive technology. Now this coming year, we're going to be adding another 12 more classes. All the trades, steam fitters, pipe fitting, sprinkler systems, where all there's highly paid jobs out there. Bricklaying, masonry, foundations.
So let me ask you this. We've got Labor's Local 332, Sam Staten, shout out, and we've got these other unions in town.
Yes.
Are the unions
embracing
trying to,
us? Embracing us.
Love it. Music to
embracing.
my ears. That's what we talk
That's
about.
right, yeah.
Because we can give them all this education and training that we want. But then if nobody would give them a chance to get in these unions, and I mean, forever I've heard about, oh, the unions are hard to get in Philly, other than 1199C with Henry Nicholas, like almost all the others are, well, Pete Matthews, I understand, he's
See, Thera, what the unions want is what everybody else wants. They want highly trained people. They want people that's going to be there on time.
Sure.
They want to have people that can think. They can read blueprints. They can do analysis work, and then they can do the work. That's what it takes. Those are workplace skills. No sense in sending somebody to college necessarily. I mean, college is great for people who, I'm a college graduate. I graduated from Drexel in 1982. But what I learned is, after you decide to do something, somebody with a trade is going to have to translate your vision into some hardware. And that's where we come in. We're able to teach, I mean, how many people did you know that are always looking for a plumber, for example? It's hard to find a good plumber. Somebody you know and can trust, exactly. Right? So now we will be graduating plumbers soon. We'll be graduating all those individuals in those trades. And the unions that come to we are the 5th largest welding school in the country now, right there at 1901 Girard Avenue.
Beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? Yes.
History being made
That's
some
right.
more.
We have over 140 welding machines there on all advanced stuff. Nothing that is almost and maybe. It's all advanced.
So now when your students are coming in and working with welding equipment and all that, I know they have to wear the special eye gear and everything.
Yes.
Do they have to have the money to purchase those things, or do
it's all part of
you
the
all
tuition.
supply
It's
them?
all part of the tuition. We have a church here also as Calvary, the Calvary Church, and they will help provide shelter if a person needs. Isn't that amazing? They really stepped in, they adopted the school.
Now where's Calvary located?
They're located right there, 1901 Drive.
Okay, so they do church services there, and you mean to tell me if there was somebody who was really down on their luck that they want this education, they want to be in their student, and then they can talk to the Calvary folks and get some shelter too.
And get shelter too.
That's what's up.
Isn't that beautiful? Boots.
Transportation.
That's right.
Living expenses.
Food.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need website address, we need phone number,
That's right.
we need your home number, so whatever we can share with the public we want to share.
Well, the telephone number to the school is 215-381-9403. That's 215-381-9403. The website is ptt.edu. That's paultomtom.edu. And you can come to a website, get all the information you want, and come right on down to the school at 1901 Girard Avenue. Fantastic place.
Out of respect, Senator Shirley Kitchen, I love you, Senator.
Yes.
She's been a mentor of mine. She's like my godmother, my aunt, my big sister.
That's right.
And she told me to come to you this past summer of 2017.
Okay.
And she gave me your number. She says, go over there, Thera. And I went over the same day Mommy told me to go.
Okay.
But you weren't there that day. I didn't have an appointment.
Man.
I didn't have an appointment. I'm just showing up like I think you're going to stop and see me, right? But
I
what I wanted to share with you was that your staff was so very professional, very accommodating. accommodating. I felt the positive spirit in the building the moment I walked in the building, and I just wanted to hang around.
That's
I
right.
just loved it. I know that when Senator Kitchen was resigning from office, retiring from office, we had a big to-do there, and I mean, there was so many people packed in that day. I was like back on the wall, pressed against the wall. I couldn't even get next to her. I couldn't get closer or anything.
Well, she was a big supporter of us.
Yes.
She was a huge supporter of us, and you know, without her, we wouldn't have been able to purchase this building. For example, you know, she went to the legislators.
Yes, I know
and
she went to
talked
bat
about
for you.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
And she talked about the vision that we had. And what her vision was to keep the school there and keep it alive and to make sure that it was actually on a good, strong financial basis. And today it is. I'm really proud to say we have almost 300 students in-house now.
Beautiful.
And we'll be growing that at any given time to about 550.
And then once the students get finished with the hard work and the book studying and all that, if they want to unwind a little bit, you can got a big old gym sitting up in there.
Well, not anymore. Not anymore. No, not anymore.
Okay.
We got that. We took the gym and turned that into a welding operation.
Okay.
And we have the 140 welding machines. And it's all advanced stuff. But we have the yard out there.
Yes.
They go out there and they
exercise and stretch out there a little
football,
bit.
yes, they
Beautiful
do.
parking lot right behind the building.
That's right. That's right.
It's a beautiful building. I love it. If you haven't gone to see the Old Berean Institute, now known as the Philadelphia Technician Training Institute, you need to go take a look, take a look, see. And if you have young people in your life, maybe not so young people in your life, might be in your 20s, might be in your 30s, might be in your 40s, but you always wanted to know about automotive repair and all of that, some of these other skill areas that they're talking about. They already offer or will be offering soon in the new year. You want to come check it out.
Absolutely. And one of the things we can guarantee you that there's no high pressure. We just want people to come in and learn and pass the word on. If it's not something they want to do, pass it on. Because over 50% of our student population always comes from other students. Isn't that something? And from the community.
That's a good thing. Brag about the school you're proud of.
That's right.
I want to thank you both for joining me. Appreciate it so much. You made the show today. Yes, you did. And that just about does it for me in this edition of News You Can Use. I'm Thera Martin. Very, very appreciative of the opportunity once again to come into your home. And we want to thank LaSalle TV for the opportunity to be here and be a part of all the great things they do. We've got a student team of camera operators and producers that are out of sight, all led by Professor Tanya Ellis, and we're so proud to be a part of her team as well. And we want to remind you that you can check out my radio program on WURD 96.1 FM, 900 AM, 6 to 7 a.m. Mondays through Fridays. We are on Facebook Live. We're at wordradio.com. You can see us there live and talking on the radio, so check us out that way as well. Have a great day ahead, everybody, and remember that life is fragile. Handle it with prayer, and take care. Bye-bye.